Okay, welcome everybody back to another video. Today I am going to um, go over social media marketing, and I got a lot. Everybody's been asking me about social media marketing and how they can make money online, and let me rephrase that. Everybody's been asking me how I make money online, and I keep replying to them social media marketing and digital marketing, running ads on Facebook, and a lot of people still don't seem to get it. So instead of replying to every single one of your DMs individually, I told you that I would be posting videos on YouTube so I can portray it to the majority of you and let you guys know. So this YouTube video will be covering the basics, kind of like misconceptions that a lot of people have about social media marketing. I do have an ebook that I wrote with another with another agency owner, and there's a ton of value in it. It's free. I made it free so that when people come to my Instagram page, that instead of telling me that I'm fake or that I'm just a kid, I don't know anything, they can first of all read that ebook so they can find out what it's all about, what social media marketing is all about, and what exactly it is that I do. So let's get right into it. What is it? So pretty much you acquire clients through social media. If you think about it, it's kind of being a salesperson online where you don't actually come in contact with the person on the phone, not really cold calling, but you kind of reach out to them using social media. And why does it work? Well, because everybody's on their phones nowadays. Everybody is on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of these different social media platforms. That's where all the attention goes. So that's why it works. What do you do for clients, in particular local businesses? In my case, I run Facebook ads for them, sometimes Instagram ads, and if needed, social media. I manage their social media. So what I mean by manage is I you know, take pictures. I have a photographer and I have a videographer. So to create content, so I would send my videographer and photographer to the location. They would take pictures. They would take videos of the owner, of people. Let's say it's a gym. They would take videos and pictures of people working out, of their equipment, and then let's say they take 100 pictures, pick out the best ones, and then write the caption to it, and you post it on their social media. So usually businesses want to have an attractive looking uh, social media and online presence. So that is very important for them. Is it easy? This is a very common question people ask me, and it's a yes and no. Yes, it is easy after you do the hard part. What I mean by that is when you're first starting off, you don't know anything about Facebook ads, you don't know anything about sales, anything about graphic design, anything about managing businesses' social media anyways. You don't know anything about dealing with businesses and how to have a relationship with them. So at first you have to learn all of that. If you don't want to learn sales, you have to hire a salesperson. If you don't want to do the photos and videos, you have to find and hire somebody who has who knows what they're doing and has a great portfolio of content that you could look at. Then if you don't want to do the graphic design, you have to hire somebody to do that. If you don't want to do the copywriting, which is which is writing the quotes or the comments under the picture when you post on their social media, then you have to find somebody to do the copywriting. And heck, if you don't even know how to do Facebook ads, then you have to hire somebody to do that. Obviously, that's a lot of money on your hand, and a lot of people who want to get into this, who go to high school, who go to college, they don't have that money to put up front. So it's hard if you have to learn sales by yourself. Me, for example, I have, you know, Just to give you guys a quick example, I'm learning sales right now myself. Not learning it, but mastering it. This is just my packet of rebuttals, right? So, and objections they can have. There's my notes, and this is just pages and pages of sales techniques to use and different types of things I write. This is another list of common objections there are. You know, you have to learn scripts. You have to learn the cold calling scripts. You have to learn the when you go into the meeting scripts. You have to know what to say. You have to know how to sell them. You know, you could go to the meeting, and if you don't know how to close them, you're just gonna be awkwardly sitting with them and just like waiting for them to initiate the close, which is something you never want to do. So, like I said, at first, if you're doing Facebook ads, there's a lot of testing that you have to do. For a business, you would have to do split testing on their ads so you can get the best cost per click. So you can, you know, experiment and see what's working and what's not. Um, After you find what works for that business, then great. You're kind of, you know, set for a few months until that ad is no longer converting as well. Um, yeah, so after you do the hard part, you can finally kind of sit back and let the business flow. You streamline your business, and that's the point you want to get to. You want to be able to streamline this business. Okay, why businesses need this? Businesses need this because technically you act as a salesperson. You act as a salesperson for them, but not in a salesy way. What I mean by this is when you go to a car dealership, they have the salespeople, right? And the job of the salesperson is to sell them on you know, whatever the product is. In this case, you act as a salesperson online, but not really. It's more of a you're a magnet to potential customers. That's what you're doing. You're bringing potential customers into the business so that the salespeople can sell those people on the service or product. Why businesses need this? Well, as you guys can see, they need more clients. Businesses run off of having more clients, and that's how they grow. More clients equals more money, and that's really the only thing businesses care about. They care about making more money, having more clients, growing to a larger scale so that, you know, the business is more stable and the business is generating more revenue. Okay, next. This is very common. I get this a lot in my DMs. How much can you make from digital marketing? You guys can make a ton. Um, you know, there's a few of my mentors. They have, you know, multiple six-figure businesses, and this is not even saying like, you know, they have a brick and mortar agency, which they don't. One of them does. It's local in my area. I reached out to them and they kind of showed me some things, and that's, you know, they have a they're actually a seven-figure business. My other two mentors have a six-figure, multiple six-figure business, and you know, the limits are endless. The possibilities are endless. There's no limit to it. As many clients as you have, as many high-ticket clients as you have, that's how much they'll pay you. So, um, really, there's two services that you offer. Well, that I offer. I offer running Facebook ads, which under that category falls um, building a funnel, lead generation magnets, and kind of just bringing people into the business, which results in immediate results, if you will. They're not. It's not results you can see after a day or after a few days. It'll take maybe 2 weeks to a month to 2 months to 3 months. So usually I offer this service first so that my clients can see, wow, he really knows what he's doing. He can, you know, this month we've seen an increase of 15%, 20%, 30% increase in our clients, in our customers, and I can show them, on my statistics, on my ads. I'm like, look, these are the people that signed up for your thing through me, so they know it's working. Later, I will upsell them on a management system where they hand over, all of their accounts over to me, and now I'm responsible for posting pictures, 3 to 4 times a week, copywriting them, engaging with the comments and all of that. So that part of it, the management side, is more of brand building, and usually you have to talk to the owners to see what their goal is for their business and what they expect of you to do. If there's a smaller business that just wants results immediately, then I would stick to the Facebook ads side of things, and I wouldn't even bring up social media management. On the other hand, if there's a little bit of a larger business that has a steady stream of new clients coming in due to referrals and you know whatever it may be, I would recommend to them, hey, you know, do you want to just focus on building your brand? And when they start building their brand, now they're playing the long-term game. Now they're focusing on managing their social media. Now they're focusing on posting more times on their social media to grow brand awareness. And I would run ads for them that don't exactly acquire customers directly, but that builds their brand awareness. So the amount you can charge depends on your skill level and your history of working with other clients. Let me bring up an example. Let's say Steve on the left side is brand new, just got into this and doesn't know Facebook ads, knows very minimal about this whole thing. Steve here does not have the authority to go into a business, a solid business that is generating, 10, 15, 20, $100,000 a month, and say, let me manage your social media, right? Let me manage your social media for $1,000 a month. There's no way he has the authority to do that. On the other hand, there's Bob right here, who's been doing this for 6 months, a year, 2 months, 3 years, and uh, he knows what he's doing. He has results. He's been working with businesses for 2 years already. So he has the authority then to come into this business and say, look, pay me $5,000 a month and I'll do this for you. How much time do you need to put into your business? It's all depends on how much results you want to see. If make one cold call a week, you're not gonna see anything. You're gonna you're just gonna bury yourself in this regret that you even ever started. Um, so per client, once you get a client, I would say spend no more than 40 hours a month. Listen, you need to start acting like a businessman. Once you do this, you're not working for your client, you're working with your client to, give them the best service they can have. You're not working on an hourly basis. This business model is solely value based, which means for a coffee shop, you know, you're not gonna charge them $1,000 or $1,500 a month because they just simply does not make sense for them. They're not selling. They don't have great margins on their products, so they can't be spending $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month on marketing. On the other hand, for let's say a dentist or a chiropractor, one client for a chiropractor is worth on average $4,000. So if you could bring them, one or two clients a month, then it makes sense for them to pay, $2,000 for your service, because if you bring them two clients, that's around $8,000 for them, minus the two they spent on you, so that's a $6,000 profit for them. The great thing about social media marketing is that it's all done on your computer. So once you locked in a client, you can work from school, you can work from home, you can work on your vacation if you want. As long as you have Wi-Fi and as long as you're capable of, you have access to a computer, then you can do this anywhere you want. And lastly, this is the question so many of you have asked me. Commonly, I get the question, what, before I learn all of this stuff, what can I do now? Or before I acquire my first client, what can I focus on right now? And the simple answer to that is, you can start today and you can focus on one of these things. So start focusing on Facebook ads. Test things for yourself before you go and test it for a client. Or start learning sales. Or start learning photography or videography or graphic design. Why you would want to learn these things? It minimizes the amount of people you would have to hire or kind of outsourcing you would have to do. So for example, I would recommend learning Facebook ads and also learning sales. And here's why. Well, before I start that, you want to know every aspect of this. If you're offering SEO, if you're offering Google AdWords, which I don't offer SEO or Google AdWords, and I'll get into why, in a different video. I would recommend you learn Facebook ads so that you rely on yourself to bring this customer more clients. You don't have to rely on anybody else. You don't have to, outsource the work. You can literally do it yourself. And also learn sales. And here's why. When you go into a meeting, you want to be able to close the client. You want to know how to direct the meeting so you don't sound childish. Especially if you're younger, sales is something you need to put a ton of time in. And that's why I still, to this day, I have like 5 different scripts on my desk that I look over every single day. On the sales side, cold calling, you can hire somebody to do that. I can go to one of my friends and say, look, do cold calls for me. For every meeting you give me and that I close, I'll give you 10% per month. And this whole outsourcing thing is for another video. There's a ton of information you need to know about outsourcing work and how to make it profitable for you. But on the other side, if you're not, if you outsource the cold calling and you have a worker doing that for you, you want to be able to go into the meeting they get you and close the client down, lock them in. Learn photography. If you're good at photography and you have a camera laying around and you know what you're doing, you have high quality pictures and pictures that people like, then you don't have to hire a photographer. If you know how to do videography, which is something I don't know how to do. I'm not good at photography, so I hire somebody to do that. I have one of my friends who's absolutely amazing at photography and absolutely amazing at videography. I'll, pay him. Once I get a client, a chunk of the money will go to the videographer to make that content. And lastly, graphic design slash copywriting. I don't want to spend 30, 40 hours on copywriting, right? I would rather hire somebody else to do that, outsource it from a different country where it's a lot cheaper. So yeah, you can start today. Make a sales script for yourself. Don't ask me for them because this is literally worth gold. This is gold right here. And I'm not giving it away for free. If you guys want, I'll help you with it. But this is killer stuff right here. I'm not giving that away for free. No way. As much as I want to help you guys, there's just some things that you have to do by yourself. I'm not gonna run your business for you. I'm not gonna, baby you through the whole way. Like, in elementary school or middle school, high school even, there's a teacher holding your hand every single step of the way. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to just guide you, show you the path, and you're kind of on your own. If you want me to baby you through the whole way, that takes a ton of my time. Um, but I'm always free for answering questions. I'll be on my YouTube channel. You guys can shoot some questions in the comments. Shoot me some DMs, quick questions you might have. But honestly, I get so much DMs that say, "What is social media marketing? How do I sell? How do I do this? How do I?" And literally, you can search that up on Google, and it'll answer your question. And that's what I hate most. You're not going to be able to run a successful business if you're relying on somebody else to answer a question that you can just find on Google. So anyways, guys, that's the end of this YouTube video. I hope you had a ton of information. I hope you learned the basics of what social media marketing is and digital marketing, which is pretty much the same thing. The basics of like the structure of the business, kind of get like a little bit of a, get a grip on what this is. And if you have any more questions, if I missed anything in this video that you want me to cover in more in depth, then leave a comment or shoot me a DM. I would be happy to reply. So guys, if you got some value out of this information, make sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video. Peace out till next time, guys.